Welcome to episode 11 of Views from a Business Leader. In this episode, we talk to Nick Clark, who is a director at Frasers Office Innovation. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us this morning, Nick. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Joe.
Just for the viewer's purpose, could you just say who you are and what you do at Frasers?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Nick Clark. I'm a director at Frasers Office Innovation. We're a group of about 4 divisions currently. That covers business supplies, what most people will know us for historically, and have been doing that for 101 years in July.
Wow.
We also have an interiors division, workwear, and we have a upholstery business that supplies the commercial trade.
Okay. And so how many people within the business?
In total, there's 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I guess, how's it been for you? I can see you're in your office at the moment. So you've been working in the office yourself, or?
Yeah, we kept the team down to a skeleton staff. So there's myself in the office all day, every day. But we have someone coming into the warehouse fairly early in the morning. And then we've got the one van on the road delivering to the local area.
Okay.
So that's about it, really. But we do have some home workers that are working as well.
And so how has business been sort of through the process? How has it sort of been? Obviously, have you had any sort of any interesting stories, or has it been sort of just basically trying to get on with the best you can?
It's completely turned on its head, Joe, really. Started off going back to that sort of, what was it, sort of 5.5 weeks, 6 weeks ago, we had the lockdown. It started off very slowly to begin with, but it sort of gathered pace as we've pivoted, as we've changed the way we've done things. We've had some nice successes where we've picked up some new customers through referrals.
Yeah.
And one of the comments back from one of those was that we were faster and more efficient than Amazon, which is music to my ears, because that's obviously a competitor of ours currently.
Yeah.
As well as that, we've been looking after our existing customers, lots of home workers. So again, changing the way we deliver, delivering to homes as well as some premises that are still open and running.
Yeah. And for the workforce, you say you're on a skeleton staff, but everybody is still working and at home, are they? Or
no? So we did. We've furloughed about 70% of our workforce.
Right. Okay.
And then we've kept our accounts manager, our buyer, and then the other director, Alan, is working from home.
Sure. And how's that process been for the furloughed workers? Obviously, they can't work, but are you sort of, I guess communications is critical, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah, one of the biggest things that I wanted to take forward from the very beginning, that was we must communicate with not just our customers, but also our teams as well. So as well as the regular phone calls, I've been sending out an email each week with all the high points from the week gone by, anything that we've got upcoming. I'm sure they're keen to take the mick out of me when they see this video, and also sharing ideas, sharing books that we're reading, sharing ways of exercise, anything that we can do to keep that sort of team rolling on, really.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got different divisions within your business. So what's been probably, as any part of the business suddenly, like the workwear, have you been sort of having to sort of supply any sort of PPE or?
So we've supplied some overalls to the NHS. We've masks, gloves, hand sanitizers, pretty much you name it, anything that's relevant at the moment, we've been able to source and supply.
Okay.
It's getting harder in some areas, but Jen, our buyer, is doing a magnificent job of she's on the phone all day, every day, trying to source product. Really.
Yeah, I was going to say, has that been difficult getting new supply chains and stuff? And
not so much supply chains. Most of what we're buying, we're having to pay up front.
Okay.
which is obviously a strain on the on the cash flow. Traditionally, we with our account customers, we don't ask for payment up front. So we're relying on the good nature of those guys once we come through this, and pleased to say that everyone's been really supportive.
Yeah.
So no, actually finding new businesses is relatively easy actually.
Okay, because there's the demand, I guess.
I guess so. They're coming to us probably. We also belong to a buying group. Although we're independent, we belong to a buying group, and we're sharing ideas between the different leaders in that group. So yeah, it's been quite refreshing.
Has the delivery times been sort of quite good, or has there been delays from your supply chain so you can get it to clients, or has that been pretty good?
Yeah, I'm quite impressed with how people have performed actually. I can't think of a single instance where we've been let down. But as I said earlier, we're beginning to feel the pressure on the supply chain and sort of kind of fulfilling all the needs really, especially as I've noticed in the last few days, a lot of our customers are preparing to return to work, and I feel next week could see a big influx of requirements.
Yeah, I think that brings us sort of up to date, I guess, in terms of obviously, Sunday. I think everybody's like holding breath to see what Boris comes out with, how we're going to sort of structure that sort of phased work, getting back to work process. How do you think it's going to go down?
I think there'll be a gradual change for people to come back into the office or the workplace. It's how we're all going to cope with that, I'm not sure yet. We need to really sort of plan for that. But talking with lots of different businesses over the last few days, there seems to be an idea of maybe sharing shifts with the workforce. So those that have been working from home that can come into the office, they may be 1 or 2 days a week. Those that have been at home that haven't been able to work, then they maybe can come in for half a week, and then switch with the other half of the workforce that have also been unable to work. So I think we might see a sort of a part-time situation with actually coming into the workplace. But I do feel that numbers are creeping back up now. So it'll be interesting to see this time next week what happened since Sunday.
Do you think with the current situation and whether or not this would be our last pandemic, or people sort of, I guess, are going to take a different view in terms of their working environment from now on? So whether or not it ever goes back to the norm, they talk about the new norm now. Are you sort of thinking with your business how to adapt and change that for the new working environments that we're going to be faced with?
Yeah, I don't think it will ever go back, or not for a long time, to go back to full, bustle of offices. I think there will be a real change. I'm slightly concerned about the fact that people have decided to work from home forever from now on. I think that's, I think we're social animals, and I think we need to I think we get the best out of people when we are together, and we can bounce off each other and inspire each other. So I hope there is some return as quickly as possible. But I also think that there will be others that feel, no, I don't need to go into the office, and I'm quite happy to work from home too. So I think it is just there will be a new normal evolving, I think, and be interesting to see where we are in 3 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, 100%. I think that is going to be the key question. It's almost like, yes, we're going to have a staged approach to going back to work. How long is that going to take? Yeah. And then from an economy perspective, and how do you feel that they're talking about these worst recession since forever type thing? How do you think it's all going to play out from an economy perspective? Have you got any ideas yourself that you've been floating around?
Yeah, there's no doubt it's going to be difficult, and I think as I've talked about, cash flow, I think investment are all going to be serious subjects for business leaders to sit down and discuss how they feel their business will be going forward. From our point of view, there are customers that are still looking to improve workplaces and make investment, but honestly, I think that will probably go very quiet in the coming months.
Yeah, you said you've had some good wins in terms of a few new clients since the pandemic came around. Have you seen the flip side? Have you seen some of your clients gone the other way?
Yeah. So we finished April about 35% turnover compared with the April before. So I'm sounding positive, but it was a very difficult month. But some customers have spent sort of more than 700% of what they usually spend with us. Others have spent nothing. So it's we're lucky in respect that the area we're in, there's a diversity of businesses that enable us to sort of enjoy the business that we get from those that are very active. And just communicate with the ones that aren't so active and look forward to when they come back and helping them out then.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the industries you're in and
precisely.
And how you're based. The importance of networking and the importance of, I guess, various sort of associations and your immediate network as a company. How important is that to you at sort of times like these?
Yeah, I think the beauty of networking is always sort of listening to others' challenges and understanding their needs and looking to network on their behalf. So I think it's great to keep those business communities together so that we can all help each other, really.
Yeah, I think that's been obviously I've been speaking to lots of other directors, business leaders, and it is crucially important to them, because I think in times like these you do feel a bit sort of under the cosh, obviously, and alone, and sort of trying to bounce ideas. And I've been bouncing ideas off, with different people and my peers, and it does help. It does really help you think and get clarity, I think, because sometimes you're so bogged down in trying to get through the day, you end up at the end of the day having so many video conference calls that you actually, what did I achieve today? And you haven't had your own time to think about the business, which is one of the hardest things, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the four things that I listed before we started this period of time was to plan ahead as well as kind of working in the business, as well as embrace change, expect change, and try and stay positive, really.
Yeah. So how do you feel your business will evolve over sort of like the coming, okay, we're going to all start getting back to work, and that's going to come in phases and stages. It's going to be different, I guess. On a personal level, we were looking at sort of maybe increasing our office space, but now I'm actually thinking maybe we can get by based on sort of hot desking and people working sort of remotely as well as in the office. I guess that's going to be the view from probably many others. I guess it's then adapting how the services that you're providing. And I think, again, that's something that I think other businesses have been looking at doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We will change with what our customers' needs and the new customers that we find. And we've been around, not me personally, but we've been around over 100 years. Yeah. And looking back at our history, that's one strength, is that we are able to change on a sixpence and adapt to the new environment. And going back to just after the Second World War and through multiple recessions, we've managed to change and respond to those scenarios, really.
That's brilliant, Nick. Thanks. So any other sort of stories you've got in terms of this being sort of in lockdown and with your work and your colleagues? Have you sort of got any other stories to share with us? Yeah,
I suppose the one of the things that I read about in the beginning was that we must enjoy the small wins, the positive nuggets that we've had all the way along, and we've had lots of those. But one thing that really pleased me was when one of our upholsterers called me to ask if she could come into the workshop that is currently closed, to help manufacture scrubs for a local initiative. and I was more than happy for her to come in. In fact, what we did was we contacted the lady that's doing that and offered our services, and eventually we ended up with two people in the workshop manufacturing scrubs for the Royal Berkshire Hospital. So that of all of everything, it was just felt like we've just put a bit back into the community that where we could help,
100%. Well, that's great to hear. Really, and that's a nice story. I think, there's some great stories that are going around. That obviously I'm speaking to businesses in the Thames Valley region, and there's some brilliant sort of stories that where businesses are really sort of putting together to help the community. Obviously, the NHS the immediate community they're within as well, which is fantastic. Well. Right. Thank you ever so much for your time. I really appreciate you speaking to us. I know you're busy. I hope you have a nice VE Day weekend and celebrate with the rest of us and stay safe. And thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Joe. Been good chatting.
Thank you.
Cheers.